What's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Harrison Graham here with another video here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. And thanks to you guys for submitting all of your questions, because we're going to answer them all now, or at least most of them, on this mailbag. If you did not get your questions submitted, then, well, we will answer your questions on a future video. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Luzak football, what do you think is the cause for all of these turnovers? Well, I think there's a couple of things at play here, Luzak. I think number one is a lot of them are just self-inflicted. I think that's the most important thing. How many, two or three drops by Tyreek Hill now that have been intercepted? I think Patrick Mahomes has certainly forced the issue at times as well. What's happening, I think, at times in these games is that the Chiefs' offense is pressing because the defense has struggled. Now, you can't really blame that in the last game because the Chiefs' defense played well against Washington, but overall, it's been self-inflicted wounds. It's not like teams are making crazy good plays, although the Greg Russo one against Buffalo was fantastic, for example. Mahomes has still been really, really good this year. I do want to point that out, but 8 interceptions through 6 games is a very high number for any quarterback, especially for him. Now, his rating's still very high. The completion percentage, the touchdowns, all that stuff is, at or near the top of the NFL. But the good news is again, I think most of the stuff is within the Chiefs' control. So if they can just clean some of that up, play smarter football, that's going to be a very, very good thing. So the question is, where are they coming from? I think it's one of those things, sometimes turnovers are contagious. They just need to limit them moving forward. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we're going to be live for a Chiefs vs. Titans watch party on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 Central Time. We'll go live 10 or 15 minutes before kickoff here on the channel. Get you ready for the game, have a live scoreboard, stats, updates, all of that good stuff. Click that link below. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV, and we'll have you guys covered throughout the Chiefs vs. Titans game. All right, let's go to Charlie, who is next up on our mailbag. Appreciate the question. #Chiefs. Sign Cam Newton for a solid backup, ? Like a 1-year deal, because he's probably not going to get signed. So Cam Newton got vaccinated, which leads some to believe that gives him a better chance to get signed, and it probably does, especially as a backup. We know how that works. Teams have been very clear. If you're a backup quarterback or a backup player, they want you vaccinated due to the NFL protocols because it's more likely you are not available. And if you're not a star player, then you've got less leverage, if that makes sense. That being said, I'm just not that interested in Cam. You want to bring Cam in to back up Patrick Mahomes? Cam Newton comes with, I don't want to say a lot of baggage, but a big personality. And do you want that on your team if he's not a starter? I'm not saying Cam's a distraction. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm saying he's not that good at this point. And I don't know if having him in your locker room as a backup quarterback is that valuable. You look at what he did last year as a passer, especially with the Patriots. That's bad, guys. I get the Patriots don't have a lot of weapons, but Mac Jones this year has already been better than Cam was last year, and he's a rookie. 66% is good, but, he did not throw the ball downfield well at all, and he had more interceptions than touchdowns. At the end of the day, I just don't believe that Cam Newton as a backup offers a ton, and he's obviously not going to start in Kansas City, so I think you roll with what you got, and Chad Henne is the backup. And if you're going to add some talent, it should be on the defensive side of the football. I'll let you guys decide, though, and we'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Should the Chiefs sign Cam Newton? Type Y for yes, type in for no. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down to the pinned comment section, and you guys can get your answers in right there by typing Y, or you can type your in at the pinned comment, which is the top section of the comment section. So go ahead and reply right there. All right, let's go to Hunter now, our next question here on the Chiefs Report. Should we make any more moves in free agency or trades before the deadline? If so, what are your thoughts? So I think these are the biggest needs for the Chiefs right now, and I think that really simplifies it, and it's all on defense in my opinion. You could say maybe offensive line or a number 2 tight end or something like that, but I think edge, corner, linebacker, then probably safety is your 4th biggest need. The whole defense could use a boost. Now, they're playing better. The last 6 quarters, this Chiefs defense looks much better, which is a good sign. Is it enough for a trend? I'm not ready to say that. I think you should address pass rush. I wanted Kansas City to get Whitney Merciless. That did not happen. He opted to go to Green Bay. But I think that you could use a pass rusher. You could certainly use another cornerback, and you could use another linebacker. So I think those 3 areas, all 3 levels of your defense, could use a player at 1 or 2 of those spots. So that's kind of my thought on that one. What do you guys think? What do you think is the Chiefs' biggest need at this point in time? Let me know down in the comments. Again, I think it's just defense as a whole, but if you have a specific need, go ahead and get your thoughts down below. Now, BetUS is something you may not need, but you should want because there is money to be made throughout the NFL season. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. And if you look at the betting matchup this weekend, pretty interesting. Chiefs 5.5-point favorites at Tennessee. Tennessee just beat Buffalo, guys. So Vegas is still very, very high on Kansas City, and typically they're right. So this should be an interesting one. Over-under in this one, 57.5. They believe it's going to be a high-scoring affair. If you feel good about one of these two teams or want to bet on some other games in the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. All right, Gamer Dude is next up. What do you think Mahomes' stats will be against the Titans? I mean, it's hard to predict for one game. I will say this. The Tennessee defense is not that good. There are points to be had. All I want, and this goes back to the first question, play turnover-free. Let's have a turnover-free game. I promise you this. If the Chiefs don't turn it over, they will win this game. You can book that. You can take that to the bank because Kansas City has moved the ball consistently all year long. Turnovers have killed them, though. That's been the biggest issue. If you go into Nashville and don't turn the football over a single time, you will win this game. It's as simple as that. So if you can do that, play clean, play crisp, I think this is a game you score 30+ in and should come home with a victory and a 4-3 record overall. Predict the score for me down in the comments. Chiefs at the Titans. Should be a fun, high-scoring game in Nashville. Let me know who you think is going to win and what you think the final score will be between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. Maybe Josh Godon will play more in this game. That's what Iceberg wants. He says, I think the Chiefs should start Josh Godon against the Titans and give him the opportunity to impress the coaches with at least 50 snaps. I don't know if I'd play him 50 snaps, 30+ though. Yeah, I think Josh Godon should play more. I think he needs more snaps. I think he deserves more of an opportunity to see what he can do. He's been with the organization for 2 or 3 weeks now. He should have the offense down at least pretty well at this point in time, and you signed him for a reason. So let's see what the guy can do. Let's at least get him in some red zone opportunities with a bigger physical wide receiver on the outside. I think he could give this offense a different dimension. I think him and Mahomes could get the back shoulder fade going. I think that should be something the Chiefs look into this week, especially against a Nashville team that's banged up. Caleb Farley just went down for the season. There are opportunities to attack this secondary. Will Josh Godon have a touchdown this week? Type 1 for yes. Type 2 for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and subscribe for our live watch party and join us on Sunday.